I've got some Egyptian walking onions here that what I want to do, some of them's a blooming. So what we want to do is get these off. I'm just gonna cut them off. And you got to be careful. A lot of these you could probably just break off. And this is the remainder. This is the remainder of what I've got left this year. Now these are not these are not the little top sets. These are the see, now I cut that. That's what you kind of got. It won't hurt nothing. But anyway, you got to be careful when you cut these off, because those little sets, and see, that can be took off. There's no need to put that in there, the weight of that. No need. Let's get that off. Clean it up a little bit, because if you ship these to people, you don't want that excessive weight on there. You don't want the excessive weight on. Just pull them off. I'll show you what I'm talking about here with one in a minute. Right here is a good example of what I'm talking about. This top kind of off to one side. Just lift that up, pull that out of the way, and you got this bulb. That's what we're after here, the bulb. And you can see where that onion here, see how that onion's growing up in that? Sprouting. It wants to grow, I'm telling you. So anyway, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna clean these off. We're going to clean them off, and there ain't a bit of use in me cutting them, I don't think, and I can just break them off. They're pretty, yeah. Some of them tougher than others. I like to feel in there, make sure that, and if you cut the ends of that off, it won't hurt nothing, won't hurt a thing. This is what I do here to get these ready. And these are the actual bulbs. These are the bulbs that you can plant. You'll get a lot bigger onion quicker with these than you do those top sets. So that's what I do, is just trim them off, just like that. And what I'll do is I'll have these offered. I'll put a link to them if anybody's interested in any of these and wants some of these. I sell them on my, started this year though, there went one off the table. On my wife's Etsy site. And they won't be no more of these after these is gone till next year. Till next year. See how that is sprouting. What I'll do with these that's already sprouted like that, I'll plant them here myself. It won't hurt a thing, but since they're sprouted, I'll go ahead and put them in the ground here. It's a double one. See, here's another one that's sprouted. Actually, there's two of them in there. Well, my goodness. I'm getting a little A little too fast for my own good here. This will be the last of them this year. Sell them. I think she's got them listed in lots of 12 or something like that, but she can adjust that if people's needs more than that. So just send her a message, and if you're wanting more than 12, you'd probably get a better shipping rate, no doubt. It's like I say, some of these is big. And I've learnt myself, the bigger these bulbs that you set in the ground, the faster and bigger your onions will get. But they'll all grow, you know, they'll all grow, there's no doubt about it. I'm gonna open this one up because I just snipped that off, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's just open this one up. I guess you can see me here. Show you how they sprout in that stalk. They sprout in the stalk. And right here is that onion. And if you ain't careful, it's like I say, it ain't gonna hurt a thing. You'll snip that end off. And that's what I done. It smells like an onion. So you cut these, you can feel that, and then cut them. And, you know, you just pinch. If you pinch that stalk a little bit, you can tell if that green's run up in there. And try not to cut it if you can, but if you do, it ain't no big deal. It's no big deal. And a lot of these, it's like I say, that's sprouting. I'll go ahead and plant them myself, and it wouldn't hurt a thing though. It wouldn't hurt a thing if you cut them off. They'll come back. They will come back. Out there in the garden, I had a row, and that's where I pulled lots of these up. And I had another row that it got so hot, it wasn't nothing to do with the onions. It's just me being a little lazy. So I didn't. I thought, my gosh, I've got plenty of these, you know. So I just I pulled them all up and laid them out and gathered what I wanted. And I thought, I'll just go ahead and till them in. And I did. I tilled them in. And they come back again. I got about that tall. And of course, that's in the summer. The grass was growing and all that stuff. And I'm thinking, you know, I don't really need those. So I tilled them again. And that ain't been too long ago when I tilled them last time. And believe it or not, they're already coming back up out there. I'll take you here and show you if I can think of it before I get done here. And I can show you them onions that's coming back. So they're prolific. They are. And that's good. It really is good. These are dried. I dried these. I dried them. See, there's one coming up there, green one. I've got a few things here I'll show you in a minute. I think I've got a few that I've pulled off of some of this stuff of the top sets. Give you an idea of what I'm talking about. The difference in the onions, the top sets, and then naturally the bulbs. I would have never dreamed about that I would have I've said for years I don't sell nothing. But I got to thinking, because I never did offer it to people. I mean, locally and stuff. But look at this. When you, I'm talking about when you grow it and people want food, you give it to them. That's what I've always done, but I never thought about, well, actually I did think about it last year when I was pulling lots of these. I thought, you know, I need to do something with some of these. See, this one is growed plumb up to the stalk. I mean, look at these. You can stick them in the ground, they'd be green in no time. I'll lay them off here to the side because they're a little bit bigger than you'd want to ship to people. That one's no good. That one's no good. And here's another. I think the reason these is like this is because these things were inside, packed pretty tight in a big cluster. Now you can see right here how this one is. Look here, there's onion coming up here, coming out the side sprouting. Right here's one sprouting up. There, well, let's see. Okay, yeah. There's 1, 2, 3. And of course, I'll have to pull this off to make sure down in there. Yeah, there he is. Already in this one onion head bulb. I'm trying to get her down there. Okay, right there. You can see how these things reproduce. Right here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 shoots coming off that one bulb. 7 shoots. That's how they become clusters quick. So tomorrow, the last time I was out here, I was finishing up the garlic, the elephant garlic, getting it all done. And this evening we'll get these all done, which they're about done now. And I was debating on whether to plant more garlic. And I'm going to. Instead of planting one more row of garlic, more than likely I'll plant 2 more rows. Because I ordered some garlic that should be here tomorrow if nothing happens. And I ordered some music garlic. And another one, it's called, I think it's called Pahosky, something like that. I think it's a garlic that comes from Poland or something. It's supposed to be hot and robust, I think, flavored, until you cook it, and then naturally it's like most other garlics, it just chills right out, and mellows out. But that's what I'm gonna do, that's my intentions. Now this one, when you get one like this, it's sprouted up tall, you can just about bet that on the inside, it's, yeah. See, that's moldy, going moldy, which won't hurt nothing. I mean, that would grow and live, but it ain't gonna grow here. It ain't gonna grow here, and it ain't gonna be shipped to nobody. And there's another one. if they don't feel to suit me, they won't suit nobody else either. We'll cull them pretty heavy. No, sir. If I think they ain't good enough for myself, they ain't good enough for nobody else either. Very few will you have that's like that. Most of the time it's where they was in the center of that bundle. The center of the bundle. I'll assure you that this one is, yeah, see right there, it's growed up to the top. So we'll leave that big stalk on. I like this. I like this garlic. It's good. Not garlic, but these walking onions. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would rather have candy onions or Walla Walla onions or something like that over these, but I want both because these, I don't have no onions right now in the garden. I mean, here it's just fruitless to plant them this time of year, regular onions. You can, and I have, but you won't get none until next year, provided something don't happen to them, they don't die. These, just about any day, but just about any day of the year, you can go out there and get you some scallions. And if you're cooking or just want to eat them. In cold weather, cool weather, especially in the spring when the young ones start coming up, green onions, if you like green onions, I think they're fine. I think they're fine. But they're not a onion that you store like a big head onion. Just clean them up, you know, when you're doing this. You can see here how this stalk, how that's splitting up there. This is the stalk right here that has the top sets. The top sets growing up there, like that. And then when this gets so heavy, it just falls over. Wherever these hit, they'll sprout and away they'll go. That is how that works. It's just that time of year. Harvest time, seed time. Seed time and harvest time. Like I say, if nothing happens through the postal service, the garlic order will be here tomorrow. And when it gets here, I'll open it up. I'll make a little video of opening it. I won't even open it till I've got it sitting out here on the table or somewhere. That way we can open it and we'll both all see what I got. I'm anticipating it to be good stuff. Pretty good sized little pile of it, but I'm gonna need a few myself. So some of the ones that's already protruding through. Now that's the last. There's no more hanging up there. I'm gonna dump this out. These bulbs are wanting to be in the ground. Here, they're solid. They want to be in the ground. They want to be growing. And it's time to plant them. It is time to plant them. Okay. Let's load that container back up. And this will be the final harvest this year of the Egyptian walking onions. Another cycle. It's made its journey here. These are some of the onions that sprouted already. Very viable onions. So like I say, I'll probably plant these. That's already shooting way up there. What I wanted to show you is the bulbs. You can see the bulbs. Different size bulbs. Different size bulbs. And there's a lot of times that people are selling, and it don't matter. I mean, I'll offer them too if I had them, but I don't this year. So this is what grows on the top. This is what grows on the top of the onions that fall over and walk. Fall over, walk. Wherever they hit, them will root and take off. I'm gonna take these apart. I'm just gonna take them apart, give you an idea of what's. Now some of these, granted, is bigger than others too. Some are bigger. Here's a good sized one. And this is what I was talking about. If I'd have kept these, they'd have been 50,000 of them. You can see that little one right there, that little top set. See, it's putting green out. It's wanting to grow. Now I'll line these up here. Now let's turn the green towards you. And you can kind of, let me get some of this off here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and open this up, pull it open there and show you how them grow inside that. But anyway, so here's the big ones, and here's the little top set. You can see the little green on that one sprouting too. Just little bulbs. That one's a sprouting. You can throw them on the ground. Just don't even plant them. Just throw them on the ground. More likely they would grow. So there you go. You can see them right there. I'm gonna cut that root off because I ain't gonna save this. 14 shoots in that one bulb. 14 shoots. 14. Anyway, that's gone. That's history. But these right here, it's like I say, you plant that, you may get 6, 8, 10 onions next spring. But now if you plant this one, it'll grow and probably I'd say even this one, if you planted it now, would be up like this before this time next year. But if you want big onions quick, these will get you there quicker. Oh, maybe 8 months to a year quicker. I mean, bigger onions. They'll all grow. They'll all make onions. No brainer. These will do it quicker than these. That's got all the Egyptian walking onions ready for me to plant some, and if anybody wants any, they're welcome to order. Just like I say, that'll be the end of them this year that I have. Let's go out here and we'll see if those are coming back up out there in the garden. They're all through here coming up, all the way through here. And these onions have been tilled. I won't till these no more this winter. I'll let them grow, and if I need onions, I'll have onions. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's pull the whole cluster up there of them. Now this right here is how this works. Those bulbs that I just took apart is these bulbs. And you can see the big bulbs like I just cut off. And you see how they've rooted. Now these has been tilled, thrashed around 5 or 6 times. And you can see what they do. how they sprout. Onions. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 already come up out of that. Pretty good onions. Now, so when you want an onion in the winter, like off of your onion plants, you can imagine that's a fresh onion. Fresh, they're young. So, what I was showing you over there, how those bulbs are sprouting, you can take these right here and either break them off or twist them off. And that right there will grow right back. It'll grow right back. To a certain degree. You can't just keep doing that all summer. That has to grow. But you can cut them off. Well, cut them all but one. Cut them all off but one. And you'll have fresh little scallions like this. I guess that's what they call them, scallions. I call them green onions. Green onions. And they taste like a green onion. Especially in the spring when it's cold, or in the fall. And these are good and crisp. In hot weather, they get a little, just a little bit tougher. The bigger they get, but these right here are in good shape. Onions! Right there is what pisses me off. At least they've got enough sense to cover it up, or act like it anyway. That'll be it today.